Hello, welcome back to my floating archipelago. Since we last left off things here, not much has actually happened because, well, I've been away from home and away from the computer, so I haven't really been able to make much progress. I've done the tiniest bit of work here on adding a little bit more wool to this balloon, but I simply just cannot get enough. The sheep farm, being all the way over here, simply just doesn't produce fast enough. I mean, it's just a field of sheep. So I simply just don't have that reliable of a supply of wool right now. That is something that I'm hoping to fix today. As you've seen in maybe some of the past videos, I've been building a lot of farms recently because, well, I want to have the ability to have access to a bunch of resources. Obviously we have some farms here, we have a bamboo farm, sugarcane farm here, and this one is a cactus farm. We have a farm of sorts here for the new plants that were added, and also a farm here for the cherry petals, and a few others here like this too tall flower farm, and pumpkin and melon farms here. I want to keep going with this, keep adding on to these farms because I would really love to have a bunch of resources to do a bunch of really cool projects and not have to have super huge grind sessions beforehand. I have been dying to build the upper part of this base for ages now. This is just the bottom floor. There's a whole top floor with massive towers I have planned. I also have other projects in mind, like a huge nether hub and a tunnel system in the nether to connect all my things together, and just a bunch of other ideas too that require just a lot of resources. So today I want to get some of those essential farms done, and I think we will start with a simple farm, and that will be a lichen farm. And I'm going to put it next to this island here, which houses the hanging root farm, probably somewhere over here in this empty space. Without further ado, I've gotten all the resources here that I will need to build this farm. Very simple design. Let's just go ahead and build it, shall we? So there we go, that is the first farm of today's video. I did say it was small and very simple. It took me about 5 minutes to build this. So the idea with this farm is to fill it up with glow lichen there in the middle, and then we fill each of the dispensers up with some bone meal. Ideally I'd like to have more bone meal than this, but that is another thing I need to work on. I need to get a sufficient supply of bone meal. And by flicking this lever, it will set the observers off, which then makes every one of these dispensers click away. And if I just stand here, I can just constantly mine this or this. We're mining 4 at the same time. We get 1 on each of these droppers, and then we get the 1 on the top here. You just stand in place and mine. And from that very short session there, we have 3 stacks. But the whole point of this farm was to be a way to get me a bunch of these glow lichen blocks whenever I need them, and well, it has definitely served that purpose, as you can already see. One key detail to note is that I've put some walls here, and those are to stop the glow lichen from spreading too much. If there wasn't walls here, it can spread to the outside of these blocks, and I just kind of prefer it to be contained in the middle there. That's also what this ladder on top's for as well, is just to stop the glow lichen from spreading too far. So now that I've constructed this farm, and in record time as well, the normal next stage in a regular video would be to go ahead and build something around it to encase it, because, well, we don't just like floating farms, do we? The whole concept of this base is based around having every build have its place within the world and the lore. But this video isn't a normal video, if you haven't already guessed by the title. The goal of this video is to build as many farms as possible, and that sadly today does not include the builds themselves. I'm basically going to be starting a bunch of projects today and leaving them all on loose ends. So I've kind of just been thinking, what other farms do I need? And I was kind of looking through my chests to see what things I don't have a lot of. You know, I have a lot of dirt. I mean, you can't really farm that anyway. Something I have a surprising lack of is cobblestone. This chest is empty, pretty much. These are just the filter blocks. I would love to have a proper cobblestone generator farm. Now, if you've seen the very first video on this channel, you might know I actually do have a cobblestone generator down here. But as you can see, it is very, very slow. I designed this with having a beacon here in mind, but I've since moved the beacon somewhere else, and even with the beacon it was awfully slow and also manual. You had to stand there and mine that block away constantly. You couldn't be off doing other things while the farm was running. That's why I would love to build a automatic TNT based cobblestone farm here, and I actually have a cool build in mind for it, so I want to put it on this island down here. So obviously the main part of the base is in the sky here, but I would love to incorporate some other bits, like some bits on the ground. This island here is just a naturally forming island, but I would love to kind of terraform it up a bit, and then I will plop the cobblestone farm on top of it. I think that would be a really cool way to combine the land and the sky, because I would love to expand this base further than just having the sky islands. I definitely want to have more projects in this world than just the base. I'm just trying to come up with some, you know? This island here has been quite infamous for me because it always spawns mobs in the night, so I would kind of love to just clean this island up a little bit and then maybe add some lighting to prevent mobs from spawning. Then we can go ahead and build our farm. Of course, right now I'm not focusing on the builds at all, I just want to get the farms in. Okay, there we go, I've cleaned up a few of the creeper holes there and this island is looking a whole lot better. Just kind of preparing for the future a little bit here. Let's go ahead and construct the cobblestone farm here though, in this general area here. Alright, our second machine is almost done here. Just a few little extra additions I need to add. This includes waterlogging all of these leaves here, as well as pouring lava in each of these holes here. These will be our cobblestone generators that will, well, yeah, generate our cobblestone for this farm. This machine up here will then generate a TNT that will go down in this area and blow all the cobblestone up, which will then be collected in the collection system down here. First off, I will go ahead and waterlog these slabs down here since they are needed for the collection system to function. And then a single water source block will go there to spread the blocks out along the chests here. This is a design by a YouTuber named Shulkercraft. You may know him if you build Minecraft farms or, you know, just play the game in general in this technical way. I just put my own storage system on here. I didn't use the one that he put on in his world download. Just wanted to make it a little bit more compact for the build I have planned for this farm. So now let's just get on with waterlogging all of these blocks here. This is to stop the TNT that's going to be in this build from exploding the build itself. Waterlogged blocks, if you don't know, don't explode. Now it's the slightly nerve-wracking part, and the part that things might go wrong. I have to now place the lava in and hope that doesn't break anything. A bucket in each of these free spaces here. I'm gonna be one short. I need to go grab another lava bucket real quick. Into the nether we go. Quickly run over here into my very well organized and well built nether hub. I promise eventually I will have a nether hub here. And I guess that's a lava source. Great, okay. Alright, the final lava goes in here now. There is now one last finishing touch I need to add, and that is the block of TNT, which goes right there. This is the part where things could break, but I'm pretty sure they won't. I've watched over the video multiple times and also built this myself multiple times. Let's put in the TNT right there, and then one final redstone dust needs to go on top of that block, and the thing should now be primed and ready to go. To activate it, I need to flick this lever and press that button. I guess this is going to be our first test here. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so flicking that lever, then pressing the button. Oh, something exploded. Okay. Is it working? I think it's working. Okay, so some has fallen out of the farm here. That shouldn't happen, but I need to try and turn this thing off now. And I do that by flicking this lever, which is quite hard to do right now because it's up there. Okay. Alright, let's head up the ladder here and check out to see if we have... Okay, we do. We have cobblestone in here. Cobblestone has been collected. I'm not sure if these outer blocks are meant to be destroyed. Maybe these all need to be lava source blocks. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up again to see if it survives a second use. Ah, I see what's happening. All of the inner blocks here have been destroyed by the TNT, right? So the only blocks that are currently generating are the ones at the top. Yeah, these all need to be lava source blocks, it seems. I will go ahead and sort that out and be right back, and we'll run the farm again to see how much faster this thing can get. Okay, I think I fixed it now. I have filled the lava bits here up with full lava source blocks rather than flowing lava. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm pretty sure that that was a thing I did wrong before. Okay? Right, the outside blocks are no longer exploding, and yes. Okay, it's working how it should. It's working how it did in my creative world now. This is how the farm was supposed to look while it's operating. These outside blocks were not meant to be exploded, and then there was not meant to be any dropped on the ground here. Perfect. That generates cobblestone at a much faster rate. Like, look at how fast this is coming in. I mean, yeah, look at these hoppers. And because of how this works, this is practically infinite cobblestone. We have a TNT duper here that infinitely generates TNT for us, and obviously the cobblestone infinitely generates, so we basically have an endless supply of cobblestone here. Ooh, a tiny crafting table? That might be useful. I would love these tiny mushroom blocks, but I don't have any of those right now. I would love some melons. I would love the crafting tables. Amazing detail blocks here. The barrels, I mean, I would love to be able to purchase a netherite block, but also the loom is quite good. I also thought it would be cool to maybe on this island also put a lava farm. In fact, you know what? I might even make that lava farm right now. Let's add that to the collection of farms. For this farm, I will need about 64 cauldrons. That is not going to be enough. I'm going to need to go and collect some more dripstone as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Honestly, a dripstone farm would be very useful as well. I don't have a design planned out for that, so it won't be in this video, but that would be a very useful farm, because it seems like I always run low on this stuff, and it's a very cool and interesting block I want to use more of. Man, this dripstone cave looks so cool. It goes all the way down here, but I love it when they like become exposed to the overworld like this. It's so cool, and this aquifer is generated quite weirdly. It's kind of cut off here. Is it on a chunk boundary? Yeah, it's on a chunk border, so it's generated weirdly, maybe in between two updates or something. On the way back, I just discovered one of these ruins has generated on land here. I don't think I've seen this happen before. Not much in the chest there. I think there is another one. Maybe not. But there's all this suspicious sand here that I will be able to excavate in future. So this farm again is going to be a very simple build. It's going to be a manual version of a lava farm. There are some cool automatic ones you can do with like rails and stuff that makes it easier to collect the lava, but I don't need that much lava for the stuff I want to do. I just kind of want a reliable source of it that I can come back to whenever I need some. So it's simply going to be a 8x8 square of these cauldrons here. 6, 7, 8, and I won't have enough to fill this entire thing up right now. I'm lacking iron, but that might be something else we can fix within today's video. And then we simply have a similar 8x8 square of dripstone on top here. Underneath those will go the pointed dripstone. I will now surround this top part with glass. How this works is, if there's a lava block up here, eventually the dripstone underneath here will generate more lava inside these cauldrons, and then that can simply be collected with a bucket. And it has to be lava source blocks. That flowing lava doesn't count. So let's go quickly get this thing filled up, shall we? So there we go, the lava is filled up at the top there. Looks pretty cool. That was a full stack of lava basically. Well, it's already working. Look, we've already got 2, 3, 5. So I would simply just come underneath here and, you know, click on all of them and grab all of the lava out that I can. The idea is just to like kind of like leave this until I need lava. So it's just a reliable place that I can come, and I know that there will probably be some lava in here when I need it. One big thing with this, it's not fully efficient yet. Most of the cauldrons are not currently installed, but I'm hoping that our next farm on the to-do list today will help solve this iron shortage that's going on in this world. Yes, I want to build a proper, functional, actually good this time, iron farm. In the last video, which was like 3 weeks ago, so I don't blame you if you can't remember, I talked about this iron farm and how it's kind of bad and it's broken. I fixed it, but then it kind of broke again. Oh yeah, it broke again, by the way. Sometimes it spawns golems, but sometimes this also happens where the golems spawn somewhere else. It's a mess. The fourth farm in this video here will be our iron farm, and it's one I've designed myself actually. I actually designed this one myself. For the build I'm planning for this, lore-wise, it doesn't really make sense for it to be near the base. It makes sense for it to be more on the ground, so I think over there might be the best thing. Or I guess if I wanted it to be a little closer, I could build my own man-made island in the ocean. I will figure all that stuff out in between this clip and the time-lapse you're about to see, so let's just jump into the time-lapse and I will talk about this farm after it's been built. The iron farm is almost complete. The main build of it, as you can see here, is right behind me. I just have to add a few finishing touches to it. One of those finishing touches being the zombie, which is going to sit in the middle of this area here. We're going to have villagers in these 3 pods, and in the middle is going to be a zombie, and that's how we get the iron golems to spawn. And I'm going to, in the end, need 2 zombies, because we have like 2 adjacent iron farms here, basically. So I've laid out here a area to try and spawn some zombies in, and then I will simply just try and minecart them into the space there. Okay, monsters are spawning down there. Oh, okay, we've got a bunch of zombies. Come on, I only want to snipe one. Right, okay, and now I'll just try and get one in a minecart. Oh, that was easy. Okay, great. They can't walk over rails, so I'm safe. I'll just nudge that, and he should just leisurely go into the spot. Gotta nudge him a little bit. Just a little. Brilliant. Just gotta do that again. Oh, that was easy. Oh, before I forget, I need to name tag this guy. Zombo. Hi. And it should be as simple as doing the same thing again. A little... Oh, he's burning. Drat. I don't think there's any saving this. Yeah, he's dead. While I wait for the next night, let's go try get the villagers for this side, and then we can actually activate this side of the farm and see if it works. I have made a pathway through the nether. This is a good idea, right? Oh, can they not go through in a minecart? Why is that not a feature in the game? Mojang, please add this. He goes through, but then now what happens to him? There's a non-zero chance he just fell off the edge and died. Oh, no, he's there. Okay. I can salvage this. I can totally salvage this. Hey. Hi. Oh, this is terrible. Did he go back in the portal? He went back in the portal. I don't really think I want to try this plan anymore. It sucks. Oh, he's there. I should be able to get him out of there with this rail now. Now I just need to get the rail all the way over to the other side of my base. This is going to take a lot of rails. This might be a better task for me to do off camera. I showed you me getting this zombie in, and it's kind of the same gist, but a lot harder and more complicated with villagers. So let's skip to this farm being pretty much done and functional, shall we? So as you saw in that little montage there, I transported the villagers from this location over here inside the villager breeder across the ocean all the way below my base island towards the farms here. They're all adults now, so the farm should be able to be turned on and it should start spawning iron golems. The only thing I have to do now is place 1 redstone dust on this observer here to start this timer going. And that is simply a timer that every so often flips those trapdoors up to give the villagers a little bit of a break. At night they'll be able to sleep in their beds and it will kind of refresh their timer and it will keep spawning golems. Over here I will then do the exact same thing on there and it will start that timer running. You also saw that I filled the lava pits in there that the iron golems will fall into, and I also added the water streams that the iron golems will spawn in, and then they will get pushed down along here and eventually end up in the lava. So let's go ahead and see if this thing actually works. Oh, Oh, hey! Hey! Did you hear and see that? I was about to do some troubleshooting here because I thought the farms weren't working because one of the villagers wasn't sleeping for some reason, but at least this one on the right is working here. But this is a side where a villager isn't sleeping for some reason, so I'm gonna try and force him to sleep. Oh, cool. Okay, that side has spawned 2 golems now. You should be sleeping, bro. Yeah, both of these guys are, but this guy for some reason just doesn't want to sleep in his bed. I might have to replace this guy, which sucks because I took away all the rails already. Oh, this is so cool. This is my own farm design. Very satisfying to see a farm that you designed yourself actually work and generate resources. I'm pretty happy with where this farm is at. One of the sides clearly works and, you know, is functioning. Same with this side. Just one of the villagers for some reason is being stubborn and I need to look into if I need to replace him. That is something that I will do in between episodes though. Let's check how much iron we have in here after about an hour of AFKing. A pretty decent amount. This side of the farm is cranking away quite well, and it will be while I'm around my base. All the way over there at my base, the farm still runs and is still loaded in, which is kind of exactly what I wanted from this. And I have an amazing brutalist style build to go along with this iron farm. I think it's pretty cool. To end off this video, I want to build a farm that aims to fix a problem from the very start of the video. I have ran out of wool, so I want to construct a sheep farm to give me a good source of wool that will be near the base. Sheep farms are pretty easy to build. They don't take much resources and yeah, they're quite simple really. This design is a multi-sheep farm design. It's gonna have each colour of wool within it, so we're gonna have 8 sheep on one layer and then we're gonna have a layer up with 8 more sheep. Then you want to put in a layer of grass. The sheep will be where this dirt block is here, which for now will just be grass. The whole idea behind this farm is basically it detects when the sheep has eaten the grass, which means it has its wool back, and then that will activate a dispenser with some shears within it that will then shear the sheep and then the wool will be collected. I forgot I needed dispensers and not droppers. I don't have any dispensers and they're such a pain to craft. Surely some villagers sell bows, so I don't have to craft loads of bows. Oh, Fletchers sell bows. Awesome. How many can I buy? Give me all your stock. Okay, you can buy quite a few bows in one go. Now I've just got to put all the dispensers in. I've decided to put this farm in this area because the rest of these farms are kind of all related to colours and dyes and things. We have a farm for the pink dye there. We have farms for the 2 tall flowers there. So it's all related to like the colourful blocks. Alright, now putting the second layer in. Okay, just putting the second layer of grass in now. Again with the observers. Then the redstone dust. And then the dispensers. Just a couple of final additions now, and I'm on to my final rocket. One hopper minecart there, and then another hopper minecart there. Brilliant, that farm is technically running now. I mean, you may have noticed one slight problem with this farm, and that is that there are no sheep. That is one of those menial tasks that is going to take ages and be kind of a massive grind. I have to get sheep all the way from over here, all the way across the ocean, over here. That can be something I do in between episodes and I can have that ready for the start of the next episode. Another thing I want to do in the next video is build a creeper farm. I have a farm and a build for that fully planned out. It's in a very similar style to these obelisks, so it's probably going to be going over there. So we're going to be doing a full build in the next video as well as finishing off some of these loose end projects from this video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I've really enjoyed designing and building these farms. Check out Shulkercraft on YouTube for the design of this cobblestone farm. That's the only one in this video I didn't design. Hope you've enjoyed and I will see you in the next Minecraft video.